So the reality is that every single one of us will come to a decision point where one option leads to a cheap knockoff version of the life that we're actually here to live. But sometimes when we're actually presented with a choice, it can kind of cast a spell on us. We can become enamored with a choice that just a few days earlier we wouldn't even considered. And how do we cut through that fog and break that spell is exactly what we're going to learn from Jesus this week. Welcome to Sunday's Best 3 Minutes, where we're all about cutting through the fog while we're bringing you one big idea from Sunday's message in a portable package. In the passage we're going to look at this week, Jesus is parading into Jerusalem for the last week of his life, and it looks like his one shining moment. He's greeted by a huge raucous crowd. They're cheering and shouting his name. And for most of us, we'd be glad to settle for Palm Sunday and the doors and the trajectory it's opening up. Fame, influence, authority, fortune, all await. But one person isn't quite so fired up about this hour, and that is Jesus. He says this, "Now my soul is troubled. And what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? No, it was for this very reason I came to this hour." Jesus knows his mission is not to win a popularity contest. That's a knockoff version of what he's been sent on earth to do. And so as the crowd roars and as the sirens call his name down a cheaper, easier path he knows he's not supposed to take, he does something very instructive. He remembers and recites his mission. I'm here for this hour. He says it out loud so everyone can hear him, even if they don't understand what the heck he's talking about. And saying it out loud cuts through and breaks the spell of the crowd and the applause and everything that might lead him down a cheap, shortcut, fake happy ending. You've been put here for a reason. But at some point, it's going to be easier to sell out on that mission than do something way cheaper and easier. And I want to suggest to you that the scriptures give us a broad but clear mission statement that can help all of us to kind of cut through the spell, and that is love God and love people. We are here to love God and love people. By reciting this out loud to yourself and whoever else is around you, it's one helpful way to break the spell of a cheaper, easier life. Jesus said these are the two most important commandments. That's why we're here. So this week, even if you're not a Jesus person or a God person, I want to invite you to try reciting this out loud when you're sorely tempted to cut corners, do something unethical, use people. That's a cheap knockoff version of why you're here. You are here to love God and love people. I am here to love God, love people. Try reciting that out loud this week whenever you face temptations to a knockoff version of a life that's less than what God has for you. Thanks so much for watching this week on Sunday's Best